what we have to look into. I mean, I feel like... Okay, so let's just take a step back and let me walk you through my reasoning, okay?
Sure, right.
So we talked about imposter syndrome, we talked about self-sabotage, we talked about not living up to expectations. There's this idea that, like, you let people down, and their capacity to have intrinsic pride in you as a person, when they do that, it confuses the shit out of you. And then what you do is you create a situation where they're proud of you, but their pride in you makes sense because you are proud in yourself as well.
Yeah.
The problem arises when you feel ashamed of yourself and they don't connect with you there. They're like not calling you a piece of shit when they should be calling you a piece of shit. But instead what they do is they send you love and support, and that's just really odd and confusing. So then you change the system up to where you feel comfortable in it. And the way that you feel comfortable is by winning again. Like, what makes you uncomfortable is when people care about you and you're losing. So you just, like, you're like, okay, I'm going to lose, and then I'm going to push them out the door, and then I'm going to win. And then they've loved you all along. The only difference is that, like, sometimes you love yourself. And you create systems where you can love yourself. And then their love for you, which is constant, makes more fucking sense. Does that make sense? And so then the next question becomes, where the fuck does this come from? Like, why? Like, why is it so damn complicated? Right? Why can't you just be loved by Twitch chat like that's kind of the end of it?
Yeah.
And
Why?
that, so then, like, usually that's learned. Okay? So it's not like you're busted in some way. It's just like we learn that, right? And so then the issue is, I mean, then the issue is, like, you know, who in your life taught you that you don't have intrinsic value? Because kids start out kind of like narcissistic and egotistical, and they think they're the one. When someone comes along and sort of tells them that, you know, your value, so like you were taught something, which is that your value as a human being depends on performance.
Yeah, for sure. I was taught that 100%.
Yeah, so who taught you that?
My dad told me that.
Okay, well, okay, right? So there we go, right? So I don't even. That was too easy. Hold on.
Oh, well, I mean, I can pinpoint it. It's not like difficult.
Tell me about that. Just tell me about your dad, you know, teaching you that lesson.
I mean, my dad was like I mean, he always wanted me to compete, and I was a competitor. I was always very competitive when I was young with my brother, or like I kind of need that fire, and he wanted me to compete in things that I didn't really care about, but since, you know, when we're young, like, I don't really have like passions for like a crazy amount of things. So if he wants that, oh, maybe it's cool, I'll just do it, right? I did it. It's not like he forced me to. I mean, if he did, it wouldn't be much of a difference for me.
So let's think for a second.